In the ever-evolving world of social media and online content creation, rising stars can quickly become household names, and just as quickly, they can fade into obscurity. Bobbi Althoff is a prime example of how a meteoric rise can lead to an equally rapid downfall when public favor shifts. Known for her deadpan, sarcastic interviews with high-profile celebrities, Bobbi seemed to have it all: fame, money, and influence. However, her rapid rise was met with equally rapid backlash, resulting in a drastic decline in audience engagement. As we explore the factors that led to her downfall, it becomes clear how the pressures of losing an audience may be contributing to her emotional and personal breakdown. The rapid rise, how it all started. Bobbi Althoff began her journey to fame on TikTok, where she gained millions of followers through her sarcastic parodies of mommy blogger content. Her humor resonated with a specific demographic, particularly moms who appreciated her relatable yet ironic takes on parenting and everyday life. However, what really catapulted her into mainstream media was her podcast, The Really Good Podcast, where she interviewed A-list celebrities like Drake, Mark Cuban, and Funny Marco. The Drake interview, in particular, was a turning point, giving her instant credibility and exposure. Within a week of the Drake episode airing, Bobbi was signed to a top talent agency and featured in mainstream media outlets. This sudden success led many to speculate that she was an industry plant, a figure artificially boosted by connections within the entertainment industry. Her ability to secure high-profile guests, despite having minimal podcasting experience, only fueled these accusations. Controversial behavior and backlash. As her fame grew, so did the scrutiny. Bobbi's interview style, characterized by awkward silences and sarcastic questions, initially seemed like a fresh, comedic approach. However, it quickly became repetitive and off-putting to many viewers. Her habit of making flirtatious comments toward male guests, such as asking if they would date someone like her, raised eyebrows, especially when it was revealed that she was still married at the time. One of the most significant controversies arose when Bobbi admitted to missing her daughter's first birthday to film the Drake podcast episode. What many initially thought was a joke turned out to be true, sparking outrage online. Critics accused her of prioritizing fame over family, and the backlash was swift and severe. To make matters worse, her marriage ended shortly after the Drake interview, with her husband filing for divorce. This further fueled speculation that her rise to fame had come at the expense of her personal life. Loss of audience engagement. After her initial burst of success, Bobbi's content began to lose traction. Her TikTok and YouTube channels, once bustling with activity, became largely inactive. Her last few podcast episodes garnered only a small fraction of the views she had been averaging a year earlier. This decline in engagement can be attributed to several factors. Repetitive content. Her deadpan style, once novel, became predictable and stale over time. Lack of depth. Bobbi admitted to doing little to no research before interviewing guests, leading to superficial conversations that failed to captivate audiences. Audience disconnect. As fans grew tired of her sarcastic persona, they began to see her as inauthentic and uninterested in her own content. Materialistic motivations and lack of passion. Bobbi has been open about her motivations for entering the world of content creation: money and fame. In interviews, she revealed that she only started her TikTok and podcasting career after seeing how much money others were making. Her goal was clear: to earn a high income and achieve fame. But this lack of genuine passion became evident in her work. She admitted to earning around $300,000 per year from brand deals and TikTok before starting her podcast. But even this wasn't enough to satisfy her ambitions. Despite her financial success, she often downplayed her earnings, making comments that $300,000 per year felt inadequate. This tone-deaf attitude further alienated fans who viewed her as out of touch with reality. Moreover, Bobbi's lack of preparation for interviews highlighted her disinterest in the creative aspects of her work. During one interview, she confessed that doing research was too much work, preferring instead to show up and improvise questions. This approach not only led to awkward interactions, but also contributed to her declining credibility as a podcast host. Public embarrassment and failed relationships. As Bobbi's public image deteriorated, so did her personal life. After her divorce, she became entangled in several high-profile rumors and controversies. One particularly embarrassing incident involved an NFL player who was rumored to be dating her. When fans pieced together clues from her social media posts, the player publicly denied the relationship, leaving Bobbi humiliated. This incident seemed to mark a turning point, as she began posting emotional TikTok videos about loneliness and the difficulty of finding meaningful connections. In one video, she tearfully discussed how a recent relationship had ended abruptly, leaving her feeling lost and vulnerable. The pressure of public scrutiny and personal setbacks appeared to be taking a toll on her mental health. Signs of a breakdown. Losing an audience is a significant blow for any content creator. But for Bobbi, it seems to have triggered a deeper emotional crisis. Several signs indicate that she may be struggling to cope with the fallout. Emotional TikToks. Bobbi's tearful videos about failed relationships and loneliness suggest that she is grappling with feelings of rejection and isolation. Inactivity. Her prolonged absence from social media and podcasting indicates a possible lack of motivation or burnout. Public vulnerability. By sharing her struggles so openly, Bobbi has made it clear that she is not handling the backlash well. Could she make a comeback? While Bobbi's current trajectory seems bleak, it is not impossible for her to stage a comeback. However, it would require significant changes in her approach. Rebranding. Bobbi could benefit from rebranding herself as a more genuine, relatable creator. This might involve shifting away from her sarcastic persona and embracing a more authentic style. Improved content. Investing time and effort into creating well-researched, engaging content could help rebuild her credibility. Addressing controversies. Acknowledging past mistakes and showing a willingness to grow could earn her back some goodwill from her audience. The impact of industry expectations. The entertainment industry is notorious for building people up only to tear them down, and Bobbi's story is a cautionary tale of how quickly fortunes can change. Her initial success was driven by a combination of timing, connections, and novelty, but sustaining that success required more than she was willing to give. The constant pressure to stay relevant, coupled with the public's fickle nature, likely contributed to her emotional struggles. Lessons for other creators. Bobbi's rise and fall offer valuable lessons for aspiring content creators. Authenticity matters. Audiences can quickly detect when a creator lacks genuine passion or authenticity. Sustainability over virality. Building a loyal, engaged audience is more important than chasing viral moments. Mental health awareness. The pressures of online fame can take a toll on mental health, making it essential for creators to prioritize their well-being. Conclusion. The cost of fame and fortune. Bobbi Althoff's story highlights the double-edged sword of social media fame. While her rapid ascent brought her wealth and recognition, it also exposed her to intense scrutiny and criticism. As she navigates this challenging period, it remains to be seen whether she can reinvent herself and regain her audience's trust. For now, her journey serves as a reminder that success without substance often leads to a hollow victory, and that the cost of chasing fame can be higher than anticipated. The onset of real consequences. Following the emotional videos and public admissions of personal struggles, Bobbi started to face the tangible repercussions of her downfall. Sponsors and brands that once courted her for endorsement deals began withdrawing their offers. Some cited concerns over her instability and unpredictable behavior, while others simply did not want to be associated with the mounting controversies. Financial strain. With brand deals pulling out, Bobbi was forced to rely more heavily on her existing savings. This highlighted the fragility of an influencer's income when their reputation takes a hit. Public perception. Media outlets that once clamored for interviews with Bobbi shifted their tone, focusing on her personal dramas rather than her content. Headlines went from praising her edgy humor to speculating about her possible mental health issues. During this period, Bobbi made several attempts to salvage her reputation. She posted a series of apologetic TikToks claiming she had learned from her mistakes. However, fans were skeptical, pointing out that the apologies felt more like damage control than genuine remorse. The role of social media in the meltdown. Social media played a dual role in Bobbi's journey. It was both the catalyst for her rise and a key factor in her downfall. The very platforms that made her famous turned into battlegrounds for criticism and mockery once the tide shifted. Echo chambers and groupthink. Once negative opinions about Bobbi began to circulate, it became a trend to pile on. Hashtags criticizing her parenting choices and personal decisions went viral, amplifying the backlash. Invasion of privacy. As Bobbi's personal life became fodder for online discussions, she faced an increasing lack of privacy. Paparazzi and curious fans attempted to gather more details about her relationships, adding stress to an already overwhelming situation. Immediate feedback loop. The real-time nature of social media meant Bobbi had almost no buffer. Criticisms reached her the moment they were posted, heightening her emotional stress and leaving her in a constant state of panic. Searching for support. In the midst of her professional and personal decline, Bobbi reportedly reached out to close friends and family for help. However, her rapid shift from rising star to public villain made it difficult for her to know whom to trust. Isolation. Former acquaintances and industry connections distanced themselves, afraid of being caught in the crossfire of her controversies. Therapeutic interventions. Rumors circulated that Bobbi sought therapy or counseling to cope with her sudden loss of status. She did not confirm these rumors publicly, but her temporary social media hiatus hinted at an attempt to rebuild herself away from the spotlight. Support from fans. Despite the negativity, there were still loyal fans who defended Bobbi. They urged her to take a genuine break, focus on her mental health, and return when she felt ready to create meaningful content. The challenge of reinvention. Facing a tarnished reputation and dwindling opportunities, Bobbi wrestled with whether to reinvent her brand or walk away from the public eye altogether. Reinvention in the digital sphere is possible. Many influencers and celebrities have pivoted successfully after controversies, but it often requires humility and a willingness to accept responsibility. Potential rebranding strategies. Authentic storytelling. Shifting from sarcastic interviews to heartfelt conversations about personal struggles could resonate with audiences looking for depth. Community engagement. Bobbi could leverage live streams or Q&A sessions to have open dialogues with her remaining fans, demonstrating transparency and accountability. Collaborations. Partnering with creators known for genuine content might help Bobbi rebuild credibility by association. Risks of reinvention. Skepticism. Many viewers might see a new persona as a calculated move rather than real growth. Ongoing scrutiny. Even if Bobbi changes, the internet seldom forgets. Old controversies could continue to haunt her new projects. Industry reactions and commentary. The entertainment and influencer industries did not remain silent about Bobbi's predicament. Fellow creators and industry veterans offered their 2 cents. Critical voices. Some podcast hosts and YouTubers released videos dissecting Bobbi's downfall, using her story as a lesson in what not to do when fame hits. Sympathetic takes. Others expressed empathy, pointing out that online harassment and rapid public judgment can drive creators to emotional distress. They highlighted the importance of mental health resources in an industry fueled by public opinion. Business caution. Talent agencies and managers began re-evaluating how quickly they sign rising stars. Bobbi's case became an internal talking point about the risks of investing in influencers whose personas might be too reliant on shock value or controversy. Road to redemption or quiet exit. At this juncture, Bobbi faces a critical decision: attempt a genuine comeback or step away from the public eye indefinitely. Both paths come with their own sets of challenges and possibilities. Redemption arc. If Bobbi chooses to rebuild, she will need to show real change. A carefully planned reintroduction, coupled with transparency about her mistakes and newly found motivations, could spark a cautious second chance with some fans. Quiet exit. Alternatively, Bobbi might opt for a low-profile lifestyle, focusing on personal growth and healing without the constant gaze of the internet. Although this would mean forfeiting a lucrative influencer career, it might be the healthier choice long-term. Either route demands a level of introspection and emotional labor that Bobbi has not yet publicly demonstrated. Whether she chooses redemption or exit, the public will be watching closely, ready, once again, to either celebrate her transformation or condemn her missteps. Final thoughts on Bobbi's future. At the heart of Bobbi's dilemma is the question of what she truly wants. Is it ongoing fame at any cost, or is it stability and genuine fulfillment? The answer to that question will shape her next steps. If she continues to seek public attention, she must reckon with the lessons learned from her rapid rise and fall. In the end, only time will tell whether Bobbi Althoff manages to re-emerge with a revitalized sense of purpose and authenticity, or whether she fades quietly into the background, another name on the long list of influencers who rose too quickly and fell just as fast. By examining Bobbi's story through these additional layers, her real-world consequences, the role of social media in amplifying her rise and fall, and the potential paths forward, we gain deeper insight into the complex nature of online fame. The aftermath of her breakdown and the public's reaction to her struggles offer lessons not just for influencers, but for anyone navigating the uncertain terrain of digital stardom. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.